Hi! I am here for another episode and segment of Marketing on the Fly with Master Coach Eve. Me! Okay. Okay, today I want to talk to you about blog post mediums. And they're not just blog posts, you can do this on social media as well. So if you're posting on Facebook or Instagram or any social media platform, these are the types of blog mediums that you can use. The first is text. Well, this is the most native one, and honestly, people are getting tired of reading text. I noticed that my readership went down. I noticed that it just goes down if I have too much text. So, with that being said, if you want more post engagement, make sure that it doesn't take forever to read because people don't like reading. I don't know why, but people don't like reading. So don't put too much text on your messages when you post on social media or in your blog. A blog post should be about 400 to 600 words on average, but it can be longer than that, and it can be shorter than that if you're using a lot of pictures, but understand that if it's shorter than that, it's more like a picture book than an actual blog. So make sure that you have some words, but just not too many. Just not too much, okay? Also, a great way to use text in your messages on Facebook or any other platform is make sure that it's a graphic. If it's a graphic, it just makes it more interesting. People are more prone to read it because it's colors. People are drawn to pictures. And if you put your graphics, if you put your words, your text on top of a graphic, people are going to be more drawn to it. So what I do on my social media page is I take the text and I put it either on a solid color or a pattern or even a picture. But make sure that if you're going to use pictures or colors or patterns, that you use something that you brand. Make sure that you're branding your posts. So my colors are orange, black, white, and like a platinum gray. So I make sure that I just trim the graphics with those colors. And sometimes I'll even take the colors and put them on the words. Make sure that the words are that color. So maybe I'll have my words be orange, or maybe I'll have them be black, or maybe white. But it's a theme. It's a recurring theme. So when you go and you scroll down, say for instance, if you scroll down my private group, Your Passive Legacy Academy, you go in there, you're going to see that most of the posts have a specific type of color, even if the text is just text and there's no picture. I always try to brand it. And this just gives people that subliminal, like, hey, this is, a brand. I'm building a brand. So I want to make sure that all my colors match and that they're always, something that makes sense for my brand. Okay? So make sure that if you're going to write text, you put it on a graphic. And for a blog, make sure that your blog post is at least 400 to 600 words and throw some pictures in there so that people don't have to read the whole thing. The next type of medium that you can use is going to be videos, like I'm doing right now. I'm communicating with video because I know that this is going to be valuable down the road. There's a lot of different types of videos that you can make, and some great ones are going to be inspirational, motivational, educational. So when you're making a video, make sure that you're making a video for a purpose. Have a purpose. Make sure you plan it out. A great way to make videos for your brand or for whatever you're doing on social media is schedule it out. So schedule out your content and say, hey, I'm going to make 10 videos every Friday or something like that. And put it on an editorial calendar. Put the specific subject that you're going to be talking about. Give yourself some time to build up to that point where you have maybe a note card. Like I like using note cards a lot. So I'll use note cards and I'll write down the heading, then I'll write down maybe a subheading even if I wanted, and 3 to 5 bullet points about that particular topic that I want to talk about. Okay? Videos is a great way to make content. So you pre-record that content, but you pre-schedule it. Okay? The next is going to be live video. Live video is great. You can make live videos on YouTube. You can make live videos on Instagram, Snapchat. Well, those are really short. Vine, those are really short. So, and then also Facebook, you can make videos, and what happens is your engagement is going to go up because you're using that platform organically, which means that you're using it how they made it to be used. And also, it gives people an opportunity to interact with you real time, okay? So live is a great way to go. A lot of people that I see on my Facebook are going live a lot, and I think it's because it's just fun and it gives you a chance to interact with some people. Okay, so that's a great method to use if you want to do some live training or a live tutorial or live demo or something like that for your business. Okay, the next is audio. Now, the way that I distribute audio is I have a podcast. There's other things that you can do, but a podcast is really hot right now. And if you spend some time to make some content, what I usually do is I'll have a list of things that I want to talk about in my podcast, and then I will every week I have a podcast, Your Passive Legacy podcast, every Saturday. And I'll just invite people to the podcast, and when they're on their live, they get it for free, but the recording is $47. And it just gives you an opportunity to make a product, okay? You can also repurpose that, but that's a great way to use audio, okay? You can also make audio, you can also make an audiobook. Now, what I would like to say is that there's a lot of platforms that you can use, but Periscope is a great platform for you to use to see if your audience likes what you're talking about, first of all, and then also to record it. It records it for you. So that's perfect. That's fantastic. It gives you immediate social proof, and it's also going to give you immediate viability. Is your idea viable? Because if it's viable, more and more and more and more people are going to start watching it, and it'll just snowball on Periscope. Okay? The last but not least, this is not the least out of all the ways that you can create some content, is presentations. And I think that this is so hugely important. I talk about this in my groups a lot. Webinars. You can actually do a keynote presentation or a PowerPoint presentation or a Google Docs presentation and record it, and then use that as a free webinar, a paid webinar, or even an e-course. So these are some great opportunities for you to build content around these 5 mediums. So just to recap, text is number 1, video, so pre-recorded video is number 2, live video is number 3, audio number 4, and presentations. And there's a lot of ways to go about these presentations. So I hope that this information helped you. These mediums are the most basic mediums that you could possibly use to grow your business and to grow your audience. I suggest that you do at least 2 to 3 of these and have this be in your marketing mix so that you can build your brand. This has been Master Coach Eve. Please remember to click like, subscribe, share, click the little bell so that you can get other updates from me. If you would like to work with me personally, you can reach out to me at sibusinesscoach@gmail.com, or you can join my private group, Your Passive Legacy Academy, on Facebook. Awesome. Thank you and have a great day.